Hello, everyone. This is Coach Wade, and by now you've already seen some of the information about the 50, 30, 20 plan. Some people may find it difficult in order to do that because they have a lot of debt. They have a lot of fixed expenses. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys the rule of 72. All right. And I'm also going to share with you guys the debt stacking method so that you guys can eliminate this debt within a fraction of the time. Where you can take 30 years worth of debt, pay it off like in 7 or 8 years, just by using a simple strategy called debt stacking. We'll go into that more details. But if you struggle with debt stacking because you're up to your eyeballs in debt, you have nowhere to go, you really can't afford the debt snowball because you're kind of like stuck, then there's going to be a resource for you. It's going to be a little further down in the document. If you're looking at this from the budget guide, now if you scroll down a few pages, you're going to see something titled Difficulty Paying Bills or something in that regards, but facing difficulty paying bills. All right, it's going to be the kind of like the title for it. But within that section, you're going to see a nonprofit organization that can assist you with your unsecured debt and help you out with your budget and everything like that to get you guys back on track. But for those that can, manage the debt stacking method, stay tuned, keep watching, and I'm going to share with you guys a brief presentation about debt stacking. Now, again, let's go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. Share my screen here, and then we'll start the slideshow from the beginning. All right, so the first thing I want to share with you guys is the rule of 72, okay? So you may ask, what exactly is the rule of 72? The rule of 72 is pretty much a mathematical formula that tells us how long it takes money to double based on a given interest rate. So in this case right here, you're going to divide the interest rate into 72 to find the approximate number of years it takes for money to double. So in this example right here, you have three different individuals, okay? One is at 3%, one is at 6%, one is at 12%, and each one puts in $10,000 one time. Now, how long would it take for this money to double is the question that's asked. Now, the person with the 3%, okay, so you take 72 divided by 3, or you can say 3 goes in 72 how many times, and that's 24 times. So that means it'll take 24 years for this money to double. So 10,000 becomes 20,000, okay? And then 24 more years later, at year 48, it becomes $48,000. Now with the 6%, pretty much same thing. You take a 6 going to 72, or 72 divided by 6, however you want to say that, but that's going to come up with 12, okay? Because 72 divided by 6 is 12. So that means your money will double every 12 years. So an example right here, $10,000 one time, 12 years later is 20,000, 12 years later is 40,000, but by the time you reach the 48 year mark, it's $160,000, okay? So this person has $160,000 if they're earning 6% interest on their money. Now the person with the 12%, same concept here, 72 divided by 12 is what? It's 6, okay? So 6, so it takes 6 years for the money to double. So year 6, that $10,000 becomes 20. Year 12 becomes 40. But by the time you get to year 48, that's $2.5 million. So that's a big difference of over 40,000 and also 160,000. That's $2.5 million at 12%. Now, what I'm describing to you guys is interest if it's working on your behalf or your favor, okay? But in most cases, it does not work this way because we're drowning in debt. And instead of those interest rates working for us, they're working against us because we're paying 18% on credit cards, paying 22% on credit cards. We have 10% installment loans, 9% installment loans. So rule of 72 is not working in your favor, but it's working in favor of the creditors or the debtors, okay? So keep that in mind. So rule 72 can either work for you or it can work against you. So what we're trying to share with you guys in Kingdom Credit Masters is how to get the rule of 72 to actually work for you and benefit you, all right? It's all about you, all right? Flip it around. Have the system, be like put it in your hands, all right? So you want rule of 72 to work in your favor. So you want to eliminate that debt, eliminate that interest, anything that can kind of work against you. Now, rule of 72 is also called the banker's rule, all right? Even though you speak to me and your bankers, some of them may know what the rule of 72 is, but a lot of them do not. Okay, they don't know what the rule of 72 is. And want to test it out, just ask them. If you ask your banker, do you know what the rule of 72 is? If they tell you, hey, they're on top of their game. If they don't know, they just don't know. And I'm not gonna say anything else about that, but you may know something that the bankers don't know. And that's the rule of 72, aka the banker's rule, and have interest work in your favor instead of against you. Now, let's go ahead and share with you debt stacking, because I'm going to skip all this right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at debt stacking. Okay, so debt stacking, we're going to share with you guys how to eliminate debt within a fraction of the time. There's different methods of doing it. Some people like to do lowest balance to highest balance. Okay, we're talking about balance here. And when you do it that way, lowest to highest balance, they call that the snowball. Start with the lowest debt and you work your way to the highest. There's also the avalanche method, where you go from the highest interest rate to the lowest interest rate. Now, theoretically speaking, the avalanche going from highest interest rate to lowest interest rate is probably the faster way overall over a period of time. But debt stacking using snowball method of going from lowest balance to highest balance gives you those psychological wins, up front. So you can kind of see it a little bit faster, even though, again, the avalanche method by working the highest interest rate may be technically quicker over a period of time. But again, snowball is an excellent way just for those mental wins, to keep you focused, to keep you motivated, to keep on going to eliminating that debt. Now, this example right here, we have a person that's 35 years old, all right, and they have the first set of bills, okay? So they have retail credit card, which they're paying $220 towards. They have credit card number 2, they're paying $353 a month. Car loan, they're paying $551. Credit card 1, they're paying $303. Mortgage, they're paying $1,293. So the total monthly debt is $2,720 a month. Now I'm about to show you guys debt stacking and how they're able to eliminate this debt within a fraction of the time, not spending anything different out of pocket. But of course, if you can find extra money, you can actually accelerate your debt snowball, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at this right here, plan B, all right? So plan A, this is what they're gonna stick with, right? Well, plan B, they're gonna actually implement the debt stacking. So again, they have 220 right here, right? They just freed that up. So they just paid off the $220 retail credit card 1. So what are they gonna do with that $220? Are they gonna go and blow it? No, they're gonna take that $220 and apply it towards credit card number 2 now. So now you're gonna pay $220 plus the $353. So now you're paying $573 per month towards credit card number 2, and you're paying the regular payment towards everything else. And again, your total monthly debt is still $2,720. Now, once you paid off that $573, what are you gonna do now? You're gonna take that $573. Now you're gonna apply it to car loan, which was $551, and now you're gonna be paying $551 plus $573, which is $1,124 per month towards the car loan. And then you're paying a minimum towards everything else. You're still paying the $303 towards the credit card 1, and then the $1,293 towards the mortgage, which is a total of $2,720. Okay. So now, once you've done that, once you freed up that car loan, you paid off the $1,124. Now you're gonna apply that towards credit card number 1. So you can pay the $1,124 plus the $303. So now it's a total of $1,427 that you're paying towards credit card number 1. All right. So once you paid off that $1,427, now you're applying that towards your mortgage, which you were paying $1,293. So $1,293 plus $1,427 is now $2,720. Now you're paying that. Now you're paying that whole $2,720 debt towards the mortgage. And now what's going to happen after that? So basically, debt is paid off in 23 years. So you'd be 58 years old if you just stick with plan A. You don't do any debt stacking at all. And you'd have paid $214,000 in interest, right? But by simply debt stacking, you're able to pay off this debt in 9 years. So now you're 44 years old, because 9 plus 35 is 44, right? Because he's 35 years old, paid off his debt in 9 years. So now he's 44 years old. That's 14 years sooner, okay? And he's able to avoid $130,643 in interest. Not that he's paying $130,000 in interest, he's able to avoid $130,643 in interest. That's powerful. But let's say he continues to invest at $2,720 each month at 9%, and at age 67, you could have saved $2.4 million for retirement. Now, that's what I call turning the system upside down on his head by having compounded interest play in your favor and not against you. Okay, that's what it's all about. Turning the system around, having the rule of 72 work in your favor and not against you. That's a powerful little method here. But do financial companies teach you, or do you think they want you to know this? Do you think they want you to know this? I beg to differ. They don't want you to know this is because they're the one that's benefiting from the interest rates, okay? But you can have the system eating out of your hands by learning this simple method here, and that is debt stacking. All right, so I'm going to stop this share. I'm gonna stop this share right quick. But I hope you guys enjoyed that little brief presentation there. But of course, if you're having trouble debt stacking because you're absolutely in over your head with the debt, you don't know what to do, you want to avoid bankruptcy, check out that feature, which is a couple pages down, facing difficulty paying your bills. Get up that nonprofit organization, have their phone number list, have their website on there. And of course, that nonprofit organization sources you with local people in your area that can help you with your particular situation. So you will be dealing with somebody that's in your local area. All right. So be sure to check it out. And of course, the site that I'm showing you guys, they work with a whole bunch of different nonprofit organizations nationwide. So take care of yourself. All right. So keep the faith as Kingdom Credit Masters, helping you and your family move from crisis to recovery to prosperity when it comes to your financial life cycles. Until we meet again, you guys have a great day.